Hello my dear friends, I am Dr. Mani Vashne. I am again with you, Module 1 Relativistic Mechanics. In my last lecture, I will discuss with you introduction of theory of relativity, frame of reference, inertial and non-inertial frame of reference. In today's lecture, I will discuss with you Galilean transformation equations, concept of ether. Galilean transformation equation. Galilean transformation equation is applicable at low velocities. These equations comes under the classical physics. The equation relating the coordinate of a particle in two inertial frames are called Galilean transformation equations, particularly at low velocity. What is transformation equation? If two observers are observe same event at the same time, then the coordinate of event are differ from for both the observers. So the relation between these two coordinates are known as transformation equation. So here we have to find out transformation equation for the event at low velocity. So here we are considering two inertial frame of reference. First inertial frame is S, which is at rest, and it is known as stationary frame of reference. Its observer situated at position O. Second inertial frame of reference is S dash. It is moving with constant velocity v with respect to S, and this velocity v is a low velocity. Initially, both the frame of reference are coincide at position O at time t is equal to t dash is equal to 0. After some time, S dash frame is moving with constant velocity v in positive x direction. Both the observers observe an event at point P. According to observer O, coordinates of events are x, y, z, t, and for observer O dash, coordinates are x dash, y dash, z dash, and t dash. Because this transformation equation is applicable at low velocity, so it comes under classical physics. And according to classical physics, as you remember, according to classical physics, all physical fundamental quantities are invariant, like mass, length, and time. So here time is invariant. That means for both the observers, time is same. That means t is equal to t dash. Both are same. Here, as you seen in this figure, frame S dash is moving only in positive x direction. There is no motion in y direction and z direction. So y and z coordinates are also equal. Now we have to find out coordinate x and x dash and relation in between these two coordinates. So as you seen from the figure, this distance from this place to this place is x, and from y dash axis to point P is x dash, and S dash frame of reference is moving in t time with velocity v. So this distance covered by frame S dash is vt. So from linear geometry, from the figure, if we want to find out x dash, then x dash is equal to x minus vt. So we get, according to classical mechanics, at low velocity time is invariant, so t is equal to t dash. From figure, the transformation equation from S to S dash are given by x dash is equal to x minus vt, y dash is equal to y, z dash is equal to z, t dash is equal to t. These equations are known as Galilean transformation equation for space and time. The inverse Galilean transformation equation we can also find out by just interchanging the coordinate and replacing v by minus v. So we get x in place of x dash is x, and x interchanged by x dash, v replaced by minus v. So we get x is equal to x dash plus vt dash, and y is equal to y dash, z is equal to z dash, t is equal to t dash. These are known as inverse Galilean transformation equation. For velocity transformation equation, we are differentiating equation 1 with respect to time. So we get dx dash is equal to dx minus v dt, dy dash is equal to dy, dz dash is equal to dz, and dt dash is equal to dt. So here we want to find out the velocity transformation equation, and as you all know, velocity is the rate of change of position. So dx dash upon dt dash is equal to dx upon dt dash minus v dt upon dt dash, but dt is equal to dt dash according to classical physics. So dx dash upon dt dash is equal to dx upon dt minus v. This term represents rate of change of position with respect to observer h dash. So this is the velocity component in x direction, so it is represented by ux dash. This term dx upon dt represent the rate of change of position with respect to observer o. So this represent x component of velocity, that is ux minus v. So we get velocity transformation equation for x component, ux dash is equal to ux minus v. Hence Galilean transformation equation for velocity of particle are ux dash is equal to ux minus v, uy dash is equal to uy, uz dash is equal to uz. For acceleration transformation equation, again we differentiating equation third with respect to time. As we all know, acceleration is the rate of change of velocity. So we get dux dash upon dt dash is equal to dux upon dt minus 0, because v is constant velocity and differentiation of constant is always 0. So we get dux dash upon dt dash is equal to dux upon dt. So this becomes acceleration component in x direction. So this is ax dash is equal to ax. Similarly, ay dash is equal to ay, az dash is equal to az. These are Galilean acceleration transformation equation, which shows that acceleration is invariant under Galilean transformation equation. That means if we change inertial frame of reference or observer, there will be no change in the acceleration of the object. Acceleration remains constant in all inertial frame of reference under Galilean transformation equation. Now we come to concept of ether. What is concept of ether? In the 19th century, scientists assumed that a hypothetical medium is required for the propagation of electromagnetic wave, which is called ether. Okay, in 19th century it was assumed that electromagnetic wave also required a medium for the propagation, just like mechanical wave. So they assumed that a hypothetical medium, which is known as ether. So these electromagnetic wave travel through the hypothetical medium ether. In view of the very high velocity of light, it was supposed that ether has extremely small density and very high modulus of elasticity. Also it was transparent and massless. So ether, at that time it was assumed that ether was the perfect material to consider as a hypothetical medium. It is also considered that we required an absolute frame of reference which are present at all the places, so we can find out speed of light or velocity of earth with respect to that absolute frame of reference. As we all know, velocity of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Nowadays we all aware that this velocity is with respect to free space or vacuum, but in 19th century no one knows this velocity component comes from where. So it was assumed that we required one absolute frame of reference with respect to which we can define the absolute value. So it was assumed that ether is absolute frame of reference. It exists uniformly in the absolute space and also assumes that it is at rest relative to earth and other planets. Okay, that means ether is a stationary frame of reference with respect to earth and other planets. So it always remains at rest with respect to all moving objects or planets, anything else. Okay, so this ether was assumed to be everywhere and unaffected by matter. This ether could be used to determine an absolute reference frame, and further scientist wants to find out the velocity of earth with respect to this absolute frame of reference ether. So number of scientists try to explain the concept of ether and try to prove the existence of ether. For this purpose they all were performing number of experiments, but the most famous experiment was performed by Michelson and Morley. So this experiment known as Michelson-Morley experiment. So I will discuss with you Michelson-Morley experiment in my next video lecture. So be in contact. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Stay at home, stay safe.